Welcome back, everybody. You ever went to the bar, next morning you woke up, you were hangover, you had an empty wallet, a phone full of messages, and you think to yourself, what the hell has happened last night? Well, that's a little bit how it is today with crypto. It's the day after. Last night I came home and I saw a massive wick after we already went down quite a lot. Without further ado, I'm going straight to the charts because I think this massive wick and wipeout has surprised a lot of people. Quick recap of yesterday. I said already a few days in a row that I don't like how this pattern is evolving, where we are going out. We kind of have to retest, then the bounce that didn't work out, then we're kind of grinding over this pattern, and then suddenly we're breaking out. This was then maybe the next support. That did not even happen. We're going straight through. Then I said, then the next support is around 47, 48. Also, that didn't hold. And right away, we went even further here among the 41 to 46 levels. So it was quite the violence that happened on the market. If we look at the percentage wick, then it was an 22% from the total top that we made previously until the entire week. It was around 40%, so this is quite a lot. Now we have these wicks more often. If you look back in time, this happened. I mean, this downtrend was then also quite severe, but it was in a few more days, and we did then 50%. We also had the Corona dump in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Let me quickly see if I can get that chart here. Oh, here it is. And that was also quite severe. That was 60% in total. So yeah, it's not the first time that it happened. It will absolutely not be the last time. If you're new to crypto, then I can imagine that you are completely mind blown, and I hope not for you that your portfolio is blown up or liquidated. If so, then really step away from the charts for a little bit. Think to yourself, what the hell has happened? Where did it went wrong? Was it too high of a leverage? Was the trade too big of size of my total portfolio? Did you not put any stop loss in there? What was your price target? Was it maybe emotion that took over that you didn't sell or that wiped you out? What was it exactly? Technically, what happened here is that there was a massive amount of long positions open. So the market, when it comes down to future trading or leverage trading, was very, very bullish. There were a lot of long positions, and if then a few parties step in to place massive shorts, or they're selling the Bitcoin, then that pressures the markets, and then the long positions are going in the red, are being stopped out or being liquidated. And with enough money or enough force, you will see these gigantic wicks, and then a lot of money has been liquidated. So I think it was $2.5 billion that got liquidated in a matter of 1 or 2 hours. To be honest, guys, it does not look so good from now. I do not believe that we just have this massive wick down, shake out all the long positions, and now we're going up again. Usually these kinds of moves are going hand in hand with a sideways consolidation. We're going up and down a little bit. We see a few weeks down, a few weeks up, where everyone thinks, oh, that was it, that was the bottom, we're going up, and then bam, we have another wick down. That happened actually also at the beginning of the year a few times. Let's zoom in there a little bit. That was actually where we formed the very first falling wedge, where you could say in a few moments like, oh, that was it, so we're going down here, we're kind of retesting it, and this was then the up. Yeah, that was it, we're going up, bam, you're being slammed down. Then here's a sideways period, and just grinding lower and lower and lower, and just completely smashing that sentiment. Like, the sentiment has to be super, 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 super bearish. At the moment you think, okay, that was it, we're gonna have a bear market and come back in 4 years. Then suddenly you have a positive black swan event. In this case, it was the conference, or the live call with Elon Musk and Katie Woods, and that were actually super bullish about crypto. And from that moment on, bam, that was the bottom in the market, and then we kind of went up. And that also took a lot of people by surprise, because we already had so many moments where like, this the end, this the end, this the end, this the end. So, and then every time you have kind of these fake pumps up where you have the dump that follows is then bigger and bigger, so the sentiment is getting less and less and less. I'm not saying that we're entering a similar kind of bear market for a few weeks and then we continue to trend. It might be much shorter, but I do not believe that this will be like a V-shaped recovery. Then we just kind of continue from here and we forget that this ever happened. The damage is just too big because we broke so many levels. Because we did not go up here, we broke this level, we broke this level, we broke this level, we broke this level, and we're retesting this. Therefore, there are so many technicals that are just completely off, kaput, and out of the window. So we kind of need to reset the base again to consolidate a little bit, maybe make a double bottom, maybe make a triple or a quadruple bottom. So we'll see how it goes. If you're not in a trade right now, do not jump in. This thing is still very, very shaky. I mean, you see the volume here. It was tremendously. That's actually on a bear side what you want to see, but also on a bullish side, if we're pumping up, you also want to see volume. So yeah, there is still, I think there's still a lot of longs and shorts in the market. I think there will be a lot of people now placing longs, thinking that was it. Now we're only going up. I bought the dip, and then again we have a smash down to get these people out and to even suppress the sentiment more and more and more. So that will just take a few days, maybe weeks. Also, of course, 100k at the end of the month is out the window. Forget about it. We're not going to pump up 100% now to reach 100k. So that is over. On the daily, we are not oversold yet. Of course, on the smaller time frames, we were quite fast. I mean, this is the 12-hour right away oversold. 8 hours, we were also oversold during this dump. But I think even on smaller time frames, it was pretty heavy. So you see here a 9 on our RSI. That is super low. I also told you in the video of yesterday, RSI doesn't mean anything during these dumps. It can go to 9, can go to 5, can go to 1, and also in the pump it can go to 80, 90, 95, even 98. I've seen ones on smaller time frames as 1 hour, 2 hours. So that doesn't mean anything. When these kind of dumps appear, rationality is out of the window. It's just panic and everyone is rushing to the entrance and selling at no matter what. So then you kind of see these massive liquidations and these massive wicks. If I zoom in even more, then we can also see what the real time frame was. This is now the 5-minute chart, so the entire real big dump happened in less than 35 minutes. That is quite fast. So yeah, it's very hard to react on this. You also a lot of times are being put on the wrong path. Here the RSI is at 13. Think, that was a dump. You see a green candle. Told you so. That was it. And it's suddenly bam, 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 and another few red candles, and then more is being liquidated. So be very, very careful. If you quickly go to Ethereum, we also saw a massive dump. The only thing that I find interesting right now is that we're kind of holding support at this bottom right here that we already established. Again, also my trades here were completely stopped out and liquidated because of this massive dump. But now we already pumped up quite a lot, which is 14 or 15% from the total dip that we made last night. And from top to bottom we made a more than 28% dump. So yeah, it is also here on average, but again, I would not be surprised if we go lower. We are absolutely not oversold on the higher time frames. 12 hours is still okay, but also if we go down here on the lower time frames, then you see that we were getting oversold there, and therefore you kind of see this relief rally. Talking about relief rallies and resetting charts, the thing that you don't want to see and what will show weakness in the markets is if we get a consolidation in the factor of time, which means that the price is going sideways. You see the RSI slowly coming up from oversold to regular levels or maybe even overbought, it doesn't matter. And then suddenly, bam, you see this dump down again where the price barely moved. And that is what I call a consolidation in the factor of time. Where the RSI goes up but your price doesn't, and then that kind of makes room on the smaller time frames to dump again on the bigger time frames, because like I said, we are not oversold yet on the daily and even higher time frames. The same is for Bitcoin, so we could hit that oversold levels before we go up. I also told you earlier this week, higher time frames are always more powerful than the lower time frames, so the kind of lower time frames are kind of then setting the pace or making the way for the higher time frames, and therefore there could be more wicks and more dumps and more pumps. So be very, very careful. Again, if you're not in any leverage trade, I would not jump in right now. Sorry for the pause. I would not jump in right now because of this certain wicks, and also because right now we're in the weekend. Just let this play out, let a pattern form, or let it cool down a little bit. Don't jump into anything. Also, be very, very careful with your leverage. Then finally, to wrap it up, we're looking quickly at the crypto bubbles. This is again on daily. You see all over the board double digits, 20% down, 30% down. This was also much, much higher during the real dump. Then I think some coins dipped down 40%. Unbelievable. If you are in the camp that you want to just buy and hold, this could be a great time. Just allocate a little bit of your USDT or your dollars or euros or whatever in some of the alts and just hold it. I think better times will come, but everything would just takes much, much longer, and that is mainly the reason because these kinds of dumps cause so much damage technically in the charts that it just needs time to play out. You do not want to have an asset that goes up 40% today, pumps 40% tomorrow, goes down 40%. It's untradeable. So you this kind of needs to settle down. And like I said, we also saw this here. Then at the beginning of the year, it just took weeks. I do not think that will take again so long, but it will definitely take time. I'm trying quickly to... here's the Corona dump. This is the one that I also wanted to show you. I mean, you do see this pump up right after the dump. This is again on the daily. The recovery actually was much more swiftly than we saw this year, but still it took about 2 months to go back almost to the previous high. So yeah, again here I think it will also still take some time. Month of December, I also said earlier, we are going to retest the highs. I also don't believe it anymore because the damage is just too big. Would be very nice if we do so. I still have a holding portfolio, of course, that will go up in value. But then from this point on, we still need to gain 40%, which is a lot, just to test the previous highs. So it will be mainly a month of recoveries and setting the pace maybe for Q1 in 2022. That also right away answers the question, is this the end of the bull market? Are we going down? No, absolutely not, because like I said, also this week, that crypto usually likes to top out in a blow off top where just everything goes up for days and days and days, where you think, it cannot be true. Then you jump in at the last moment and boom, that is the end of the market, and then we're crashing down and then we're going to bear market. I still think that we are very, very far away from that. Because if we look at the data, then we still have a long way to go. If we put it next to the history of how many times do assets go X amount of over value before they crash. So I think we still have a long way to go. For day traders, this is perfect because everything is reset and have a lot of chance again. All right, video was longer than expected. I hope you guys enjoyed it and that it helps you out. Take some time off, go away from the charts, relax for a few days. You will not catch the bottom, you will not catch the top, just let it go and just trying to reset. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in a comment, but please do me a favor, subscribe and like the video. You will help out the channel tremendously, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.